Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is December 7th, 2021, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the Dow Jones rallies over 800 points from yesterday to today. But first, no major economic events scheduled for today. So as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, pretty much continuing to trade sideways with lower volume. Now looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both get a massive bounce yesterday. Now looking at commodities, gold still unchanged. Why oil gains, and looking at stocks, it's the FAANG stocks that took us higher yesterday. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin bounces above 50K. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're taking a look at the Euro USD, and really not much doing here. I mean, we're trickling down about 20 pips. So really not major things to actually be happening here. GBP USD, looking at a 4-hour chart, also just bouncing here, just barely, about 20 pips. And the Aussie USD also getting a little bit more traction. Now this is becoming a little bit more interesting as it's getting closer to this 30-day moving average. If it does break it and holds it, that might be an indication that we've hit a bottom, at least for now, after we've had this massive lower trend that you could see here from 75 down to 70. Okay, that's over a 500 pip move since October. Now looking at the commodities, for only oil, because I'm not going to cover gold because not much is doing there. Oil gaining above $70 a barrel. You know, much of this is news related and kind of like COVID related to this new variant where there was this panic sell-off. And, you know, it's also a time where people took money off the table after a massive rally that we've had. Now we're at 70.54. Just keep that in mind. Now, so, okay, where else could we go here? 71.65 is our resistance-ish area. So just keep that in mind. So jumping into the big board, looking at the Dow Jones, look at that. We went from 34,000 from early last week up to 35,400 right now. Now this is a resistance-ish area, 35,400-ish area. Next real resistance is 35,800. So keep that in mind, okay? The markets like to rally into the end of the year. We may get it, okay? That may still happen, so just keep that in mind. Now looking at the NASDAQ, also gained yesterday 15,947. I would like to have seen it gain a little bit more because really the tech stocks were the ones that were the strongest ones. I'm looking at Apple. We got a gap up yesterday. Look at that massive gap going from 160 up to 165 and then trading within that area. Now we may fill in that gap, okay? But I want to keep an eye on that today to see if it sustains it and can continue trading higher. Facebook also. It's usually the ones that are the biggest losers that get the biggest gains because there's that short squeeze. And sure enough, right here, 315 from 308-ish level. For Facebook, Microsoft also gained yesterday to 325. Got to keep an eye on this later today. But JP Morgan was relatively dead. Okay, so it's a mixed bag right now in the markets. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin above 50,000, 50,000, let's say, almost to 51,000. Okay, but we got that massive bounce. And look at this sell-off yesterday. Okay, we had this kind of like this massive sell-off down to 41,000, which is a Fibonacci retracement. You could see that right there. That's a clear Fibonacci retracement, and we bounced off of it. So if you did get that, good for you. Now, this is a type of circumstance where you've got to be day trading this and looking at this full time. Now, we're at 51,000, right in between. Okay, so I'd like to see this bounce continue. Let's see if it does rally into the end of the year. You're looking for a little bit of momentum. And if we get that momentum, we could clear it and go back to the 60,000-ish area. This is Fred Razak, and we wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.